Guys, it's Arsh Ellahi, and I'm actually joined by a very special guest today.
It's Mrs. Ellahi.
It's Mrs. E. Mrs. E has joined me on this video today. So here we are, we're in sunny Liverpool. So we drove up today to have a look at a property, which we're going to show you around. And we're going to be, well, Mrs. E is going to be sharing her vision with it because this is potentially to become her project. So before we do that, I want to say, if you like the video, as always, Shareen, what you're going to do?
You've got to subscribe and like.
And you've got to press the notification bell so that every time I release a new video, you get notified of it straight away. So let's get straight into it. So we're in Liverpool. We're in a grade 2 listed building and we're in a penthouse. So I got called by an investor. They've had this property vacant since January. They've been running it as a single let. And they wanted to know if I could utilise this as almost like a service department. Now, the background is that they've seen our holiday home that we've got in Cornwall, which Shareen set up. So Mrs. E set up, so we've got a holiday home. And what was the story behind that?
We'd never been to Cornwall before. We went down and just to have a look, and as soon as we walked in, we knew that it had lots of potential. It took us about $5,000 in just restyling it, and we have been fully booked ever since. Brilliant.
And so what's the plan here then? So we're in Liverpool. We've got this 3-bedroom penthouse, which we're going to walk around in a second. So what's your vision for this? Because when you walked in, you weren't 100% sure, were you?
In terms of, you have to look past the immediate issues. But if we have a look and we have a look around, it's open plan. Which is a huge plus point. So all of a sudden you're going into the family market. Moms like to be able to feed kids and have kids nearby. So you can just see behind me. So you're walking through the front door. Immediately you have a kitchen. Looks a little bit tired, but what I would do would be painting up those tiles because I don't want to have to replace tiles. I'll paint them with B&Q tile paint, which is excellent. Doesn't chip, you don't see any difference. And the same with the cupboards. Once again, bold, bright. I'd probably go black and white in that area. I use lots of geometric print. And just very minor changes like just making sure the window frame can go grey to match these amazing steel beams, which I really love. I think that's an amazing feature of the place. And you can see the original beams. It's got exposed brickwork and just lots and lots of potential. So you've got a lovely big dining area here.
So tell them about what you're going to do. I love the part that we've got the TV bracket over there. We've got TV bracket, hanging TV bracket there. What's your vision there? Because you said you were going to try and run some hanging seats off these beams.
So I think we'd go L-shaped sofa here, and then potentially over here I would put a dining table that runs across there, and then have some hanging seats that just come off there, so suspended chained seats, so you get that lovely kind of metal industrial vibe, and then that's a really cool feature of that. So I'd do a hanging dining table or hanging dining chairs. I'd go L-shaped sofa across here, lovely big footstool, TV, and then artwork wise I'd go really bold. I'd go pops of colour, very much in the style of to contrast with the brickwork there.
Okay, so let's get moving on. So straight from the living room area and the lounge, we walk straight into a bedroom which is on the same floor. So just so you know, this is a duplex level apartment. So we've got 1 bedroom on the ground floor, we've got 2 upstairs and a bathroom upstairs. So this room, again, what would you do?
So we'd go for a double bed, keep it quite minimal, double bed. I'd probably go hanging rail as opposed to a wardrobe because in this area with the football traffic, etc. You're going to have people that are here for games and weekends, don't necessarily need a wardrobe, just need to be able to hang. And then because the room is such a good size, you've got the opportunity to have a sofa bed here as well, increasing the number of people that you can have in this room.
That's going to give us, it's going to open us out to what, mini groups, families?
Yes, I guess, being able to have more heads on beds and to be able to open out the opportunities to have more people.
Let's have a little walk upstairs after you. So today, this almost seems like the Shareen show, which is good, it's good. So we're going to walk upstairs. So as I said, it's duplex level. It's almost like a mezzanine floor. So we're up on the first floor. and we're going to walk straight into what I would consider now the second bedroom.
Okay, so second bedroom, once again, we've got lots of opportunities for space and having got a nice large double bed. We've got the original features of the property here, which are beautiful, and we've got the blinds that are functioning as well. So we'd go large bed. Once again, I'd put another sofa bed in here to increase the numbers, or if people have got children with them, etc. But lovely big space, carpets are in great condition. Probably go lighter on the walls, I'm not a Magnolia fan, so nice and light on the walls, but I'd keep these beams nice and dark. And once again, just keep it nice and simple and just airy, and just give it that loft penthouse feel. We'll go down towards the bathroom, and then I'll show you the last bedroom. That's going to need a bit of creative flair, but just once again, hallway, nice and bright. Use lots of mirrors because it doesn't necessarily have that much natural light in here. And then we've got the bathroom that is just flooded with lots of natural light. It's got a lovely bathtub. It's got a shower behind the door. It's got a nice stand-up shower, so perfect for families. And then it's got quite a quirky little feature here, but I think this must have been a mezzanine. Oh wow, look at that thing on there. It's got a mezzanine floor here with what looks like a storage area there, but that goes directly below into the lounge. So
I think we should take that out. The only problem that we have is that if we have guests that have little children, I am a little bit worried about the kids. Potentially, Shareen, we turn that into glass.
Yes, oh, well, we're still looking at what we're going to do with that there. So it needs minor work, but it does have just bad potential.
So come on then, tell me how much. So Shareen's in charge of the budget on this one.
Right, okay.
So come on, tell me how much we're spending on this.
I would go between 8 and 10 in terms of being able to do the furniture, the dressing, the painting. Why? What would you have gone for?
I don't know. This is you. This is all you.
Right, can I just show you the last bedroom?
Okay.
Right, now, this is a tricky one in terms of space, because as you can see, I'm at the tallest part of the room. So this is a loft room. And as soon as we walked in, we thought, right, okay, well, we're really going to struggle in here because we have a space over here, but we won't even fit a single bed into this space. So I think the solution to this one would be to be able to use the space that's on the floor here and use a futon bed that, once again, very low to the floor, and then we'll still be able to kind of utilise this and do something quite creative with this area here. So we'll still get the opportunity to use this as a smaller bedroom, but in an alternative way. It'll either be a futon or even a dressing room, so we could even put some nice mirror and an opportunity to come in here and get dressed if people aren't using it for another bedroom. But yeah, this is really quirky. It's a quirky space and making the most of it.
Okay, interesting. So now we've been in all the bedrooms, we've seen the kitchen, we've seen the bathrooms, seen the bathroom that's got shower and bath. We're right in the middle of Liverpool city centre. Now, what are our concerns?
So in terms of research, the obvious thing that we did was we went onto Airbnb, looked for other Airbnbs within this area. Easy thing to do. We found only two. One was at price of £44 and the other one was priced at £64 a night. So we know in terms of the standard of what we're going to produce, we'll get more than that. Secondly, we looked at what was in the local vicinity. How far were we from a train station to a shopping centre, to local amenities, to points of interest. That's another thing. Once again, Google Maps, we got all that information. So that's really helped us sort of make a decision. And then most importantly, I guess the figures, looking at how much is wanted, how much you need to spend, and how much money you'll potentially make. Looking at, being a football city, being able to understand how many games you're going to have, how many opportunities you've got in terms of your occupancy rate as well. Yeah,
so what we've looked at whilst we've been here, we've actually spoke to a landlord. So originally, landlord wanted the best part of £1,000 a month for this apartment. We've brought him down to £700 a month. He wants, originally from 1,000, he said, can we do 9? I said, no, not really. We've worked on our figures on roughly around £100 a night as a worst case scenario. Best case scenario, he said that he's previously achieving up to £200 a night. That he's taken into consideration football traffic, he's taken into consideration other events within the city given the location. And so based on those figures, we worked on an absolute worst case scenario. Our break even is roughly around between 35 and 40%. So how does that work? So in a month, we need to be occupied approximately 10 days out of the month in order for us to break even.
Right, while you're talking, I'll just give you a little tour of the rest of the areas.
So from our point of view, if we can achieve a minimum break even around between 30 to 40% break even, that means that anything in excess of that will then be deemed as cash flow and projected profit. So it's a great opportunity. It gives us an opportunity. Now, the reason why Shareen and I do these like mini projects, we don't do lots of service accommodation. I'm not going to proclaim to be a service accommodation expert, but it gives us these opportunities to have mini breaks. Would you agree, Shareen?
Yeah, I think for us, we always look for something that we can just imagine ourselves in.
Yeah, so in that respect, we've got 2 young kids, and so we can imagine us breaking away for the weekend or breaking away for a week and coming to spend a week in the city of Liverpool, like we do with our place in Cornwall, and this is what we like to do. So in essence, this will become a second free home for us. More importantly, we've asked the question, is there an option to potentially purchase? I'm going to go and negotiate a rent-free period. I'm going to go and negotiate to make sure that we can get the best possible rent. I'm going to try and negotiate an option to purchase in there. So if this works well for us, we have the opportunity to own the asset as opposed to simply control the asset. So there are lots of benefits of working directly with the owner. We know the fact that it's been vacant since January, so we've got a very clear and motivated landlord, and we want to use this to our advantage as a property investor ourselves. So Shareen, is there anything else that you want to add on this video?
I think in terms of the first time, like my apprehension coming here was, oh, I'm not going to like it, but it's about sort of maybe looking past it and just saying, right, what can be done and what's achievable quickly and cheaply. For instance, the kitchen is a very quick fix. That's, tape over the grout, you've got repainted doors, paint the door fronts, and you're making sure you've got your kitchen pack in there, just looking for simple things like we just mentioned earlier about the smoke alarms and using things like minute alarms in there. And just filling your space. The floor at the moment, I don't know if you can see some of the cosmetic issues, but once again, floors can be repainted, they can be vinyled over, we can use rugs in smarter ways. So, there's lots of opportunities. It's just about, seeing what can you do within your budget.
So guys, what we're going to do, we're going to try and document this. First thing we're going to do, agree all the terms and everything with the landlord. Over the next couple of weeks, you'll probably see us dangling some keys. We've got them. So as people do. So I call the landlord and he goes, Arsh, go and pick up the keys. He's given us full control of the building. And he goes, Arsh, we can do a deal, keep the keys. And this is what I do. We'll negotiate a rent-free period. We'll negotiate 0 deposit. Now, what I'm bringing to it is the fact that we're going to increase the value of the property by enhancing the value of the property. Enhancing the condition of the property, and this is where Shareen comes in. So as a result of that, it really is a win-win. He's going to get a lower rent, but he's going to have a long-term tenant. More importantly, he's going to have a far greater value property and a far better conditioned property. So guys, hopefully we'll document this. You'll see how long is it going to take for us to turn around?
We work quite quickly. We'll probably bring our team that we use at the moment. I think some of the other things that logistically, in terms of running it as an Airbnb, we'll need to look for cleaners within the area. Somebody that can manage. We'll need to just buy the linen, make sure we've got a cupboard, make sure things like we've got lock boxes, alarms, etc. And so that kind of stuff just takes a little bit of planning. But in terms of the refurb, we can do the painting, we can do a lot of the things quite quickly. Yeah, so we can get our guys up, even from the Midlands up here. So in terms of getting it ready from start to finish, do you envisage it being a week? Do you envisage it being a month? I think in terms of being able to order all your stock, get it in, get it delivered, etc., I'd probably say 2 weeks, within 2 weeks.
Okay, so if we work on the basis that if I'm going to try and agree a month, 2 months rent-free period, our aim is for us to be fully functional within that period and also get some bookings in. So we're going to document this. You're going to see a lot more of Shareen on screen. You didn't know that right now. So as a result of that, this is going to be her project, and you're going to see it from where we've taken it on. We're at the point of just viewing the property ourselves to the point of getting it, negotiating it, getting it ready. And you can see the financials as to how it works, and hopefully we'll show you some live links as to where it's going to be on booking.com and the likes of Expedia, Airbnb, etc. So guys, really hope you've enjoyed that video. Really hope that you've enjoyed meeting the brains. The brains and the beauty. So basically I'm just surplus to requirements. So welcome to the video, Mrs. E.
Thank you very much.
First time that you've ever appeared on one of my videos. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Can't believe that. So guys, as always, if you've liked the video, if you've really enjoyed the video, what do you have to do, Shareen?
You have to like, subscribe and click
the notification bell. More importantly, share it with some of your friends and family. So as always, guys, I release lots of free content out there. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. If you want more free content, I release a podcast every Tuesday at 6 a.m. It's called The Property Rebel. Go to all the podcasts, so you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, as well as Spotify, Stitcher, just to name a few. It's called The Property Rebel. Just hit The Property Rebel into Google. Finally, you can connect with me on social media and Mrs. E. So Shareen is on, what's your Instagram handle?
My Instagram is styledby_SE.
Okay, and you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram and Twitter under the handle of Arsh Ellahi. And if you haven't already done so and you want to find opportunities like this, why don't you download the Property Investor app? It's the UK's first property investment platform which showcases all kinds of deals just like this. So whether you're looking for a below market value deal, rent to rent deal, lease option deal, development deals, just to name a few, go to propertyinvestorapp.co.uk, or you can go to the App Store, type in Property Investor and download it. It takes approximately 2 minutes to download and register, and you'll have 200 opportunities in the palm of your hand. So guys, on that note, as always, I wish you all to be safe, well and happy. And from myself and Mrs. E, we look forward to speaking to you all soon. Thank you. Bye.